Hello again. I'm going to be playing some Factorio, just relatively vanilla Space Age. I have a couple of mods installed, just like, interface stuff mainly. But that's all. Squeak through, the fun stuff. Playing on a pretty, I would say softened version of the default settings. I've just like slowed down evolution a little bit and made the resource patches larger, just because I figure I'm going to be taking this pretty easy and playing quite slowly, so I don't want things to kind of ramp up around me while I'm taking it comparatively easy. Anyway, Factorio's great, everybody knows that, you don't need me to tell you what we're doing here, but I'm going to anyway, because that's what we do here. First things first, make a load of miners and run coal through them. You do start with a furnace, right? Yes. I've been wanting to do a Factorio playthrough for a really long time. I did my Space Age playthrough when it launched. I enjoyed it very much. I planned to make a video, but kind of halfway through making it, or at least halfway through writing it, I realized that this wasn't really a video worth making for me personally. So I scuttled it. Which, I don't know. I don't know whether or not that was the right decision, but that's what I did. Where's our stone patch? Just a little ways off. Alright, I'm going to let that cook and go grab some stone. Never mind, I started. I already grabbed a load of stone. I'm way ahead of myself. Check me out. Yeah, I did also then, I spent quite a long time streaming Factorio before, well, we moved to the US and my ISP is now Spectrum, so I don't get to do that anymore, which is part of the reason I'm doing this. It kind of fills the same hole that streaming does for me. Which is just, sitting here mostly with my own thoughts. Talking to nobody, because when you're live streaming, chat kind of feels like nobody sometimes. No offense. It has, I would say, been long enough since I've played Factorio that I'm going to have to remember a lot of things, but, that's part of the fun, isn't it? But for a little while here, I'm just going to be doing a whole lot of this. Steadily increasing the amount of coal we get. And then making more iron, grabbing the copper, starting the basic stuff, Oh, of course, I forgot that you research various things like this now. There was also the what was it, 1.23 update? I don't remember which number it was, but there was a relatively impactful update recently that made some changes to how logistics in space works. In fact, it added one of the things that I really thought should have been a feature from the start of Space Age, so I was super happy to see that. Which is the ability to transfer cargo directly between space craft stations, platforms. That's the one. So you can have your big warehouse up in space now, which seems very nice. Okay, let's start actually mining the iron into furnaces, shall we? don't need to put all those there like that. Right, so we unlocked steam power. I need to get some copper to unlock the other thing. Whatever it's called. I don't remember. Circuits? Circuits, I think. Right, give me them back. Let's go set up the same thing for copper in a second. And probably start putting stone in some boxes as well. We love boxes. Or at least I love boxes. And I don't mean like that. Get your mind out the gutter. I mean, I do, but I don't mean like, not right now. Right, those will just mine stone forever. So I just need to make a lab to unlock that. Craft 10 copper, okay, yeah. Yeah. I did see some insane thing recently where, you know, I guess the like optimal way to do this is to build this like big sushi factory around the crashed ship, but I don't know, I'm not going to be doing that. I did remember just now that I need to pull the stuff out of it though. There's free stuff here. What are we doing? Oh, my map generation was amazing, by the way. Obviously, you'll see it when I explore it more, but I did see it in the World Gem preview, and it's, in my opinion, it's a good one. So very happy with that. A good world gen is very important to me in Factorio. I thought I made furnaces already. I guess not. Alright, cool. That will now make some copper as well. Let me just kind of clear this out a little bit because it's very annoying. And actually, go grab this stone. Can you lay stone on the ground? No, you can't. That was a mod. Okay. I recently played a mod where you could just put raw stone on the ground, but yes, no such luck. Right, I just need some copper plates and I can make a lab. More than that, apparently. To unlock red science. But for now, we're just going to be making more of the same, basically. Just expanding what we've just started. Get a basic thing throwing belts together. Fun, fun, fun. All that good stuff. Just going to drop that lab. You know what? Let's just put it there. There you go. Right. Many things unlocked. I should probably just handcraft a load of red science to get started. Oh, mind you, I would need power to actually do it, and I haven't done that yet, so there's not that much point. Let's expand the iron out first. Right, boiler. Pump. And in a moment, any second now, another steam engine. Go grab some copper and I'll be able to run power. And then we can start researching the basics. Just by handcrafting red science. I may even just quickly handcraft an inserter so I can put crate of coal over here. Sorry, I'll try not to make that kind of mouth sound. I don't know. Half of you will love it. I know what you guys are like. I pretend I don't, but I do. Right, let's clear this stuff out. I'm going to leave the actual ship itself. I've always been kind of 50-50 on that. A lot of people like to keep it as a sort of centerpiece of the factory, or of the starter base at least. The quote-unquote starter base, but then a lot of people also like to just get rid of it. Clean. I've typically gotten rid of it, believe it or not. But I think I'm going to leave it there on this occasion. Let's go like that. I could just use a burner inserter there, but I don't think there's actually any reason to. Right, so let me just... How do you do it again? Like that, right? Yeah. Let me just, Can I not do ghosts yet? I forget how the game works. I'm pretty sure I can. Yeah. So it goes like... that. Yeah. Excuse me, just remembering how the game works. It's going to grab that out the top so I can run the actual kind of basis power lines itself. Are we making power? Oh, there's no reason to make power because... Wait, why is it not making power? Oh, that's just not connected. That makes sense. Cool. Yeah, I'll just quickly collect all my stuff, refuel everything. Whilst I handcraft some red signs for the basics. No, don't put the coal in the boxes. Come on now, don't be ridiculous. Come on now, let's be serious about this. Let's not play games here. And first things first, let's do belts. Logistics, as I like to call them. Probably go ahead and drop a second lab down here as well. Well, after a load of crafting, that is. So that's going to take a hot minute. Whilst I start to cut some of these trees down, because they're going to be very much in the way. And also because it's just something to do. Sometimes you just need something to do, and that's one of these situations right now. I posted in my Discord, this is probably a couple of weeks before this video actually ends up on the internet, maybe like a week. The video in this style for Songs of Six, just to kind of check with some people that actually, sleep to content, whether this was any good. And it was a very positive response, so I'm very happy about that. Obviously, it's always going to be a very positive response. People in the Discord probably like my content. Very strange kind of person, if not. But anyway, that was reassuring. Okay, right. That has mined itself clean already. Wow. Extremely efficient drilling operations. Drop this second lab down. All of that. Let's go ahead and... oh, I probably should have actually researched automation first. I'll just swap them around and get that done first, because I'm just going to hand feed some factories for the first moment here. Oh, what am I doing? I don't have music playing. Come on now, let's be real. Apologies, it took me so long to remember. It's tough because obviously when I'm playing video games recording just for, you know, a video, I have to have the game music off. Because otherwise when you cut the footage up, it would have, you know, little bits of the soundtrack playing, which just wouldn't work. It would sound very bad. Just trust me, I'm an expert. But when I'm doing this, I actually get to listen to the soundtrack, which is trust me, a very nice change. Almost all of the games I play on the channel have incredible soundtracks. So not getting to listen to them whilst recording them for like 50 hours at a time is often tragic. You know, the RimWorld soundtrack is some of the best music. Some of the best music going, and I just never really get to listen to it. Alright, cool. Let's immediately make a couple of them. And some inserters to support them. Cancel some of this as well. Probably extend the coal snake out quite a bit there. Good stuff, yes. Just wait for some assemblers to craft. Right, what are we going to be doing first? Well, red science, obviously. Let's start putting these on a belt slot as well, obviously. So I'm simply going to do a box of iron plates. And a box of copper plates to make red science. It's that simple. I can't believe it. We've done it. Yeah. Incredible stuff. We're not getting any power right now. Or we're just not making enough. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, that isn't right. It's just straight up not connected. Yeah, that'll cause problems. Well, fine. I'm not in a huge rush for military, but I should probably at least make myself a machine gun. I think we can all agree that I should at least have a machine gun. a submissive machine gun. Don't get me wrong. But it's a power bottom. Is it submissive at that point? Let's not talk about it. Better idea. Let's not talk about that. And instead, let's make a functional factory. So right now I want to actually make some proper mining and smelting. So let's queue up electric mining drills, make a couple more boilers and steam engines. And then we'll start doing things quote unquote properly. No, I can't put that there, can I? I will also therefore need some belts. It's going to take a moment to craft all of this. That's fine. How best to... Let's just do it like... That can pull out of there, and then we'll pull out of there, and then we'll feed into there like that. There we go. Fancy that. He's done it. Oh, I'm also going to need some just straight up pipes. Natch. As the kids say. Right? That's what the kids say, isn't it? I'm young. I'm hip. I'm down. Oh, it actually looks like this can't really support 2 labs. Well, no big deal. I'll figure that out in a moment. Let's do this first. I'm trying not to be chaotic. You're supposed to be asleep right now. The last thing I want to do is give you an aneurysm. It's important not to focus on the Factorio gameplay. If you do, well, Omnissiah save you. Let's bang a load of coal into there. Figure out a fun way to run the power, which is probably going to be... Oh no, that's fine. Okay, very good. Oh yeah, one of the biggest things from this update... Not really, but you can flip inserters now, right? Is it H? What's the button? I instinctively pressed F, but that did nothing. Flip horizontal, flip H and V. It doesn't... I thought that did something now, but apparently not. Well, maybe it's a beta version and I'm not on it. That seems likely. Right, electric mining drill's not too far off finished, so let me quickly remember what I actually need to build those. Just a load of iron and copper, the usual. So this shouldn't be too bad. To start up, I mean. I'm going to try and clear this space some more because I'm probably going to want to use it for smelting. Okay, right, that's finished. Let's go ahead and unlock the turret. I think we're safe for, to be honest, quite a while, but still. Go ahead and make as many of those as we can, I guess. And didn't actually make enough pipes. It's fine, that's way overbuilt anyway. It can manage with one steam engine not currently actually doing anything. Right, let's swap electric mining drills there. So yeah, should I send this? I think I'm going to send this stuff upwards, north, because I know that from my preview of the map there is an ocean up here. So I'm relatively safe if I build upwards. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I need to remember now how I'm going to do power lines for this. I mean, I know that if I have made... I can do it with underground belts, I guess. Wasn't really planning on crafting that many of those this soon, but I can, so maybe I do. And I promise that I will automate them just as soon as I can. I don't think these are anywhere near saturating a yellow belt even, so don't feel like I need to worry too much about that either. Yeah, I'm just going to try and do the power lines kind of quote-unquote properly, which I think looks like that. Haven't actually made the furnaces that I need for this either. That's fine, obviously. Put underground belts on there, and then connect all of this. Lovely. Look at us. We did it. They said it was impossible, but we did it. We mined iron from the ground and put it onto a belt. Thanks everybody for watching my Factorio Let's Play. Like, subscribe, comment. Okay, I'll stop being stupid. No, I won't, but you know. We can pretend. I think that I actually have to... Yep, I'm forgetting that this is early game, and I can't build those like that, because I don't have access to wide enough power lines. Yeah. Coal is coming from directly below, that's fine, okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't think I counted that right. No, I did not. So, coal will come up there, and then iron will leave like that. Oh wait, what am I doing? I literally just came to the realization that I can't do that. And then I immediately did it again. Interesting. Interesting. What does that mean? Well, we may never know. And that's just something we're going to have to be okay with. Let's go and collect enough iron to make some stuff. I promise you, the first thing I will automate is belts. This I promise. Go ahead and get these set up as well. Mining the coal. That comes over here. By the way, this is a starter base. Obviously, I feel like that goes without saying. You're not even supposed to be looking at it though, so don't worry about that too much. You're asleep right now. Right? You are asleep right now, aren't you? Okay. I'm gonna have to make a load of inserters as well. Kind of forgot about that part. Should probably make a hand-fed belt factory, shouldn't I? It is literally just gears and iron, so... It, I believe, looks like this. Wait, I think I can do it better. But maybe I just won't. I need to go grab more iron anyway. Just go drop some of that in there, some of that in there, and there we go. We make belts. 1 per second, and that eats 1 per second. Oh, is it actually even? Okay, fair enough. Didn't realise. Okay, very good. Now, part 2. Inserters. Did I run out of juice? Yes. Juice being coal in this instance. Let's finally put that pipe there. You thought I would forget, didn't you? But no, not today. Not today. This not connected to the grid. Okay, that also a problem. Wow, genuinely really surprised how quickly this mined through the edge of this, well, how many of these mined through the edge of the, node so quickly. Alright, now we are schmoving. Ladies and gentlemen. Or should I say, now we are schmelting. Schladies and schlentelmen. Ah, dear. There's a vintage story video upcoming where I say don't expect any high-level comedy on this channel, but hey, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong. But probably not. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so that's going to be exactly enough inserters, so I should probably go ahead and craft more. Alright, nice. I feel pretty good about that. That's a not insubstantial amount of iron. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's not nothing. I don't know why I decided I was going to take that out that way. Doesn't seem like a good idea in retrospect. In immediate retrospect. I think what I'm actually going to do is just pull it just off to the side and then go upwards with it. Upwards being north, of course. Time is a flat circle, though, so who can really say? Right, let's build a couple more assemblers and start making some stuff with this stuff. How's that sound? Stuff to make more stuff with. Stuff making stuff. Don't need to handcraft belts. I have a machine. The machine had 9 belts in it. Well, here we are. I'm just going to tear this down and actually make a make one fed from the iron belt. No reason to leave that there. Oops, I should probably feed that. I'm just going to go ahead and pop a blueprint for that off over. In fact, let's go like 1, 2, leave a gap, 3, 4. I think this is the number of furnaces is wrong. Don't overthink it. It's fine. We all know that, so it's okay that it is that way. Make some splitters and also probably start moving things around on here. It takes a very long time to make a splitter. Yeah, well, that's how it goes. Nonetheless, we split. Now I have one actual belt. Alright, belt machine. Activate. Were these really 1-to-1? That doesn't seem right. But it does seem to be that way. So. No, it's not. Is it? I think it is. It is. I'm pretty sure it is. Alright, anyway, iron goes in. Gears come out. Gears go in. Belts come out. On. Red. Inserters. like that. And then they go into a box. And it all gets connected to power, and everybody lives happily ever after. Right? No, not right. But it can be right. Or it could be right. If I had one more belt. There we go. All is good. We are making some number of belts. Perhaps too many belts. No, it's fine, it's fine. It doesn't matter. That being said, it doesn't have to be this way. We can just do this instead. There we go. No more roadblock. Right, now I can use that to do the same for belt accessories. Which is just different kinds of belts, in case you were curious. So that doesn't need gear wheels, but the splitter does also not. No. For some reason I thought the splitter needed gear wheels. But okay, fine. Things go in, things go in, things go in. And things come out. Or rather, things would come out if they were connected to power. Alright, it's slow, but it is automatic. And I can make it a little bit faster with another inserter, at least. With another 2 inserters. Yeah, that's fine. I don't need... It doesn't need to make that many undergrounds. And now this is where we have to start thinking about copper. So let's do that. At least I now have an ongoing supply of belts and undergrounds. Oh, let's put our red science up off of this belt as well. Let's not actually, because it needs copper, of course. I knew that. Did I run out of coal? Yeah, I ran out of coal. Oh, I don't need to ever run out of coal again. Well, not, you know what I mean. I can feed coal directly from the mines now into the power plant. There we go. Lovely jovely. Alright, let's make the copper mine copper. Wild stuff. these are going to work through pretty quickly, but it is what it is. Go ahead and run power over here. As cleanly as possible, I suppose, which isn't very, but oh well. It's fine. It actually doesn't matter when you think about it. Because this, I don't know if I said this already, is a starter base. And I can just keep saying that for as long as I want. That's the magic. I'm just going to go ahead and queue all of these first red researchers. I always research the lamp with good intentions in my mind. Trust me, I fully intend to light up every factory I ever build. And have I ever done that? No, of course I haven't. That's just how it goes, though. We can probably make more than 50 undergrounds on second thoughts. Do I actually have? Yes, I do. Okay. Furnaces. Indeed. I've been playing a lot of first-person shooter video games lately, and I genuinely feel like it is the genre of gaming that has the most crossover to other games, to other completely irrelevant games, I should say. Because I just feel so much better at pointing a mouse cursor at a thing. Like, I mean, I suppose maybe if you got way into StarCraft, you would probably have that same gain, but yeah. Something about playing a load of Counter-Strike, which is a terrible idea, by the way. I don't recommend anybody play Counter-Strike. Any cursor accuracy gains you may get from playing Counter-Strike are not worth the psychic damage that you will inevitably endure in the process. This is not actually very efficient, don't worry about it. I don't need to tell you what I just noticed, but, you know, you it's fine. Anyway, to my point, yeah, I just feel like I can so much more accurately move the mouse around a screen. Something that I feel like I got genuinely considerably worse at in the last few years. Was just across the board general mouse accuracy, which isn't great. So it's nice to have that back a bit. Right. Circuits. Let's make some. I'm just going to go ahead and, for the purposes of automating splitters, bring some copper along and make them in line, but obviously I will then make a green circuit. A small green circuit factory of its own design. But there's no need to do that from the rip. It may be slightly more efficient to do it, but that's okay. That's not really how we do things. Right, so 5 electronic circuits per with a 1 second crafting time. I'm just going to go ahead and do the 1. I don't really feel like I need to overthink this. It's just to make splitters, it's fine. Don't tell your mother. Tell your mother that you love her, but don't tell her about this. Okay, definitely don't tell her about this. She doesn't need to know about that. That's our little secret. I do also need to actually make the transport belts that go into that. This is a slightly convoluted way of doing this. I kind of like that it's a bit convoluted, though. When I play Factorio, I'm always... There are the people who will say things like, embrace the spaghetti, the more spaghetti the better. I do not agree with that. I am not that person. But I also think it's very, very easy to be a slave to optimization in Factorio and gaming in general. But to go too far in the opposite direction is just as cringe. Just something to think about. Although I've heard that cringe is good. Allegedly. But I'm not 100% sure about that yet. Put it that way. Okay, so iron goes in. Everything else goes in. This also needs iron. And I'm just going to send these back here just for convenience sake. Whoops, I need that. There we go. Just limit that to the same. Now we have automatic splitters. Very good. He said the thing. Alright, now let's do red science. Since we've got copper up here, we might as well. Just going to split that off there, and this one off there. A little bit of deforestation real quick. Would be a good time to have a pocket full of grenades, of course. But then when isn't it? Well, you know, TSA, but don't worry about it. I like to think somebody's asleep and they just had a little giggle at that. Yeah, 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 that made me happy. Okay. I don't think we need to go crazy here. It's just red science. It's not a big deal. Let's be sensible about this. Make some inserters for the whatsits, and then we'll just go down here. Make some gears. I don't imagine. Just not. I suppose I could do math. Let's do math. So, this has got a 5-second crafting time and uses 1 gear wheel. And a gear wheel takes half a second to craft, so each gear wheel factory can support 10 science factories. So that, I believe, is exactly what I will do. Let me just grab a load of iron to make more assembling machines. Ten red science assemblers is more than respectable for now, I would say. I am very slowly collecting iron to make the said assemblers. 1, 2, 1, 2. Me when I'm a drill sergeant. Alright. Of course, the iron plates actually only need to go over here. They are only used for the gears. Fancy that. And I'm going to need more inserters. That's what I'm going to make next. I'm going to make inserters after this. I'm going to be honest, this has come together surprisingly well for me. Something must be wrong. Does this need more? Yeah, it needs a second inserter. Actually, I could just make a fast inserter. Or even a few fast inserters. Why not? Well, because I need the yellow inserters actually, that's why not. Let's go ahead and put the blue inserter just below that. Eventually it will just kind of replace the yellow, you know how it is. Will one do the job? One will absolutely do the job, yes. Alright, and now I need to make more red inserters so that I can take these to a laboratory near you. Alright, the first automated science. Well, no, yeah it is. Okay, good. I can feel good about that. Let's save the feeling good about it until I'm actually putting it into a laboratory, though. And I guess I'll tear this down while I'm in the area. You are obsolete, sir. It comes for us all, obsolescence. It's nothing to worry about, as long as you live in a society that doesn't... sorry, I don't want to give you nightmares. Never mind. Forget I said anything. So these can just kind of chain off of one another. Good old laboratories. This will now speed up our research immensely for the next 4 technologies. But, you know, that's fine. You have to set it up. So there's no sense crying over it. This is weird. Don't worry about that. Don't question it. I think that's probably research speed 1. Does that mean uses 1 button? Nah. I mean, I can check. The game has graphs. Yeah, I think I could make way more labs, but we'll do that in a bit. How's that sound? Like I said, it's not going to matter anyway because we're going to be moving on to green science near immediately. Or green science techs anyway, you know what I mean. So I think the smartest thing to do here will be to stock up on things like splitters and undergrounds and make some green circuits. Make a tiny little green circuit factory. I'm pretty sure that's the thing to do. We're making a minibus here. We're making a Kia Sedona. So I want to get green circuits onto that minibus. So remind me, brain, I need 3, I think it's 2 to 1, isn't it? Copper cables to... Oh, sorry, 3 to 2. I think it's 3 to 2. I might be backwards, but we'll figure that out. So if I were to make 6, I don't need to wonder. I can actually just do this. I can do whatever I want. I shouldn't, but I can. Alright, so that on there is 2 to 1. Right, yeah. It is 2 to 1. Oh, okay. So if I did 4 of those, then that will run into... That doesn't feel right to me. Allegedly, that makes 2 per second, and that uses 3, so... Fall asleep while I fail at basic mathematics. This needs 3 per second, so that's 6 total. That'll be 3 to 2. Yeah, okay. I don't know how to use hell mod. Forgive me. This is going to be a job for Mr. Fast Inserter, for sure. Whoa, 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 calm down. There we go. And then I also need to make more assembling machines. Which, after inserters, is probably the next thing on the list. Probably want to take these out on fast inserters as well, don't I? Come to think of it. Let's just go ahead and add one of these onto that. Wait, no, that doesn't work. Other way. So I believe that should work. And then I want to just bring some iron in, well, on the other side, really, which I think I can do. I should have given myself more space. I can do that retroactively, though, right? Yeah. Forgive me for this. But I actually quite like it, so maybe nothing's to be forgiven. Right, and then these need, once again, fast inserters, let's be real. At least for the copper cable side of the equation. And long inserters out. Regular inserters down here. There we go. Very small quantity of green circuits. And I'm going to leave a gap like that. Alrighty, very good. Nice and simple. Straight line stuff. I'll probably build a second one of those. So I'm actually thinking, let's go ahead and change this to go underneath the Kia Sedona and onto that side. Very good. Because I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste the whole thing, but flip it vertically so that it can go onto the same belt. Get that? Isn't that cool? I think that's cool. I just have to figure out the inputs. I think, despite everything, I still got this wrong. Yeah, I think somehow I still got the ratios wrong here. I don't necessarily know exactly how, but I believe I did. Perhaps I should have trusted Hellmod. Perhaps I should have trusted Hellmod. But it definitely, at least to my eye, looks like I could do another another circuit factory here. Assembler, rather. Sorry, not factory. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But it certainly feels that way. Let me just actually suck all of these up so that it can craft and try and demonstrate to me whether or not I'm right. I mean, yeah. Maybe it is 2 to... I was being silly. It's okay. We're all silly from time to time. I just do it a lot. Dry, hairy tree. I have one of those. Right, let's build this. Actually, let's not build that. Let's use these circuits to make assemblers, for example, and handlers, inserters. That's the word I was looking for. What are the damn things called? Okay, this is where I have to start to get worried about bugs as well, because my pollution cloud is going out of view here. So let me just grab some iron from the side here and start putting ammunition into a box. Sorry if that's kind of too real for you. I know it's expensive right now. World's loudest car on the highway. I apologize on their behalf. I'm just going to go ahead and make 4 factories. Sorry, 4 assemblers. The factory is the whole thing. And into a box. Which let's not fill completely, but there we go. And I suppose I best just hold on to some turrets as well. So that if I need to, I can lay the hammer down. I will make a radar as well, so that I can actually see what's going on. But, you know, we probably don't need to be that worried. Worst case, they come and destroy our copper, and I cry about it for a few minutes. At most. Okay, so now... assemblers? Yes, assemblers. Let me cut down some of these dry, hairy trees. Interestingly, I actually think that they've got the names the wrong way round. I mean, that's a brown tree and that's a dry, hairy tree. I would describe this as the dry, hairy tree. But, you know, who am I to say? Right. I realistically only need, well, probably just one assembler making assemblers. I'm not going to go through that many of them here. So let's just go ahead and split off that and that. And that's going to be it. That's all I need. I'm always kind of tempted to put gears onto a bus or, you know, a starter-based mini bus, but I don't believe it's actually worth it. I think it's pretty much always better to just make them in situ. I don't know. That might be wrong. I don't need you to tell me if it is, for the record. There you go, that's relatively compact, and I believe it works. Assuming I connect it to the grid. A digital frontier. I mean, it's going to be very slow, but I can slightly alleviate that with some fast inserters. I mean, maybe I should make this slightly more proper. I don't feel much need to, though. No, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. This will work very slowly because I'm not making enough gears with this one assembler, but I've just decided it's okay. It doesn't matter. Let's move on to inserters. Which I'm going to do over here to save some forestry. Oh, yeah, we got our first nibblers. Just plonk a radar down on the way. Oi, who do you think you are? Hey? Who do you think you are? I am. You know what I mean? Just go ahead and put ammunition on the belt there. So that seems like it came from a nest somewhere over here, directly south, I guess, or it would have hit the copper, so I'm just going to go ahead and drop 2 turrets there. Split that ammo between them, and then go grab more ammo and forget about that for the moment. Probably want to, once I've made this small inserter factory, get cooking some bricks. Okay, I've changed my mind about this as well, because that is actually working far, far too slow. So I'll do it slightly more properly. You'll all be pleased to hear. I'm not going to do it fully properly, though. Just slightly more properly. It's still going to be technically inefficient, but by such a small margin that I will not care. I mean, I barely cared when it was inefficient by like 80%. So I'm not going to care when it's inefficient by about, what, 5? Sorry, 10, 20. I actually think these need fast inserters as well, but and by these I mean the cogwheel factories. Nah, it's fine. right? Well. Does the intelligence of the person who's speaking softly at you while you're going to sleep, does it affect your ability to sleep? Just a question. You don't need to answer. Okay, cool. Inserters. So let me just quickly refresh. It's basically the same as the assemblers, but with different ratios. So I need to make a load of gear wheels. And that's it, really. Should I do math again? It went really well last time. Yeah, go on then, let's do it. Okay, so once I've cleared these. That's 2 per second. Another 2 per second. So I only need 4 inserters per second to support 1 assembler for each inserter type. And they make... Well, so just 2 assemblers then. Tell me I'm wrong, I dare you. Oh wait, no. I am wrong. You don't need to tell me because I've figured it out myself. Because of course I need to make yellow inserters for the red and blue inserters as well. So there you go. Probably just need to double that then. So then this will be yellow inserter, yellow inserter, yellow inserter. I need to do more deforestation. I may also need to move these 1 tile up. In fact, I think I almost certainly will. So just as soon as I've cleared these dry, hairy trees, we'll do that. I'm pretty sure that's everything I can research right now until I make my green science, which I will be able to make very shortly in an automated fashion. So not to worry. We won't be out on research for too long. Right, so this wants to go like... I probably separate them like that. Very fancy. And then one at the end just for the yellow inserters. Might not be the best way of doing things, but it's the way that I am doing things, so that will be all. Right, so I don't actually need copper over here, no. So I can just go ahead and send that underground. But they do all need iron plates, right? Yes. It would be really good if I could get one of these making assemblers for me sooner than later, so that I can stop making assemblers. It's gone on for too long, what can I say? Okay, so gear wheels, they also all need, right? No, the blue inserter does not need gear wheels. Just everything else. Da, da, da. And now just circuits of the green variety. Which I'll simply long-handed insert. Like so. And that, I believe, is all she wrote, apart from the fact that our iron appears not to be sufficient. Which is understandable. I did not set up many miners. It could also be power. No, it's not power. Okay, cool. Good. Okay, I'm just going to say that that's fine for now and make a mining drill factory. Just as soon as I've got these inserters coming out into chests. Which I should be able to do. Well, I really am using all of the iron, huh? I suppose that's probably at least partially thanks to the ammo, so let's go ahead and limit that more so that it finishes up sooner. Because it's a bit much. It's a bit much, it's not necessary. And then we can pop a chest there, and a chest there. Limit the outputs. All good, alles gut. Right, electric miners, iron plates, gear wheels, and circuits. This will momentarily be quite bad for the iron supply. Hey, actually, it uses the same things as these, so I mean, why shouldn't I? Well, because it would eat quite substantially into the gear wheel production, so let's just do it over here. In fact, I can do it on the same little line as these assembling machines. Which it is currently being incredibly heavily limited by iron plates, but I find it's best if we don't dwell on this kind of thing. Diabolical. Truly diabolical. But in a kind of good way. Alright, so that will when it eventually gets a hold of some iron plates, which I'm sure will happen eventually. Actually, it looks like now the hold-up is not the amount of ore, but the amount of smelters, so... Oh, sorry, furnaces. To be honest, a considerably easier to solve problem. So let's do that. These furnace stacks are not the correct length for yellow belts. Of that I am aware, believe it or not. Speaking of yellow belts, I just ran out of them. And also of inserters. A problem that's not going to be immediately resolved. Put it that way. But you shouldn't seek instant gratification anyway. Waiting for things builds character. Because apparently patience is characterful. I don't know. I don't know about that personally. But, you know, that's what they say. Pretty sure the bottleneck is very quickly about to become iron ore again, but don't worry your pretty little head about that. Of course, it would help if I actually fed this into the mix here. Down the Kia Sedona. Sedona? Who really knows? We had one of those when I was a child. Shortly after my parents. Well, third, fourth, or fifth child, depending on how you look at it. Which is an interesting way to say that, I've just kind of realised, but don't worry about it. You don't need to know. It was a nice car. My younger sister was very, very car sick. So she did not like it because it was very high off the ground and floaty. And the interior had a kind of dentist leather sort of smell to it, which really upset her. But I liked it. It had captain's chairs in the middle, you know? That kind of... I think they could even swivel. But I could be misremembering that. Anyway, the important thing is I thought they were cool. Man, my iron really is getting sucked dry. I mean, the belt is like half full, so I can't expect too much. I can actually expand these furnace stacks just a little bit, can't I? Yeah, only by one. But that's more than none. And you know, that's... I mean... It's something. I think I did that the wrong way around, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Oh, blueprinting without robots is not going well. I considered just starting with robots on this run, I'm going to be real with you. The last time I played Factorio was with a load of extra planets, and one of which kind of gave you construction robots from the very beginning of the game, which is something you can get used to very quickly. And then it feels very strange to not have them again. Speaking of bots, there's something that you research, which is something I haven't been doing for perhaps a little bit too long now. So I should probably get on that. Surely I can remove a load of these power lines, right? Very good. Okay, now I need more ore, of course, but that's why I set a tiny little factory over here to make electric mine. It's made one. It's made one so far. Well, you know what? That's fair enough. It tried its best, and that's what matters. The important thing is that it tried. I genuinely do think this is probably some of my best progress for an hour and a half. Like, I'm aware that at this point, Dosh would have made 19 rockets to Apollo or Aquilo, but, oh, uh-oh. Why is power not going down to my copper? Oh. The bugs. They did actually get something. I didn't even notice. Anyway, yes, an hour and a half worth of progress. By my standards, this is pretty good. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this or listening to this while you're asleep or working or something, but I have to go and pick up Dina from the daycare now. So I can't really record this kind of gameplay when she's yapping away downstairs for my attention. Either way, I will see you next time. With a bit of luck, another video of mine will just autoplay now. So I'll see you in about 5 seconds.